Warning. Censorship. Warning.
They talk about people that are protesting as conspiracy theorists, people who are not living in reality. I think there's no people more than fireys. How long were you a fiery for?
Over 40 years.
Over 40 years. I don't think anyone's seen reality clearer than you two.
No,
Correct.
no.
And we
have served our community, you know. It's like we have saved lives. We've been there. We've been on the front line. We've breathed in all this shit, you know. It's probably shortened our lives. But the fact is, our country's going down the toilet. Pat and I were walking down before, and we both said, you know, why do we feel like we're doing the wrong thing walking in our own city?
the anxiety you get, the place is surrounded by police. Here we are. I've never committed an offence in my life. I've served the community, and I'm walking down the street going, look at all these police. For what? For me?
Well, they're our brothers. They were our brothers. We worked with them. We pull people out of cars. We pull them off trees from suicides. We've been there with them. So we know their job's hard, but they're making it harder for themselves by not waking up.
Uphold the right, protect and serve. They're not protecting and serving me. They've become a political arm of Daniel Andrews and his, you know.
Why are you protesting?
Why are we protesting? You've got to be kidding, mate. Anybody who has a modicum of intuition can see that these lockdowns have nothing to do with a pandemic or a virus. It's as obvious as anything. And these corrupt politicians and these liars on the mainstream media have got everyone in a mass psychosis. And that's why I'm here.
So for 41 years you served our country, and in a way that no politician can even...
They wouldn't have a clue.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't have a clue. They sit on their fat butts and they give themselves pay rises while poor buggers are going broke. I personally know a number of people that are in total despair, that have got kids, they're sole traders, they're sole workers, and nobody gives a shit. The politicians don't give a shit, the media don't report on it. Lifeline has had a 500% increase in calls. For Christ's sake, you never see that on mainstream media.
Are you doing this more for other people than yourself?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And our families, yeah. Kids.
Our grandchildren, you know.
I got 5 grandkids. I don't want them growing up in a totalitarian state that's run by a tyrant.
Yeah.
And I guess, like, you know, as somebody that has your whole life, you know, run into literally burning buildings to save others.
And done CPR on any number of people and literally saved lives. And when I see this bullshit that's going on, I get angry, frustrated that the general public just don't seem to get it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you for your service, firstly. I had a cardiac arrest a couple of years ago, and
they come to you?
first responders were actually the fireys.
Okay.
So I think I owe my life to you guys.
Oh, good on you.
I'm at all these things, and you meet people literally from all walks of life.
Right.
All walks. And I'm not going to deny it. There are freaking crazies that also come.
Of course.
But there are crazies in the real world.
Yes.
So there's crazies everywhere. And you know what? You might have to be a little bit crazy to be willing to walk into this.
You're putting yourself at risk. They can arrest you. I don't know what for. What? For walking down the street? Drinking a coffee? Really? I mean, and when the world comes to that, you've got to stand up and say, no, enough. This has to stop. And until the people sitting home on the couch, watching the 9 News and the sycophants on the project and all those people, until they open their eyes, open their ears, get off their butts and say enough, this is going to go on and on and on.
If you think more people need to hear from the heroes of our community that the mainstream media will refuse to show, because when you see on the news at night who attended these protests, it's certainly not these two fireys who have dedicated their lives to serving our community, to literally saving lives. They'll show agitators, or they'll show people fighting back to the police. They won't show them to. So it's up to you to share it far and wide. And make sure to head over to yeminireport.com. Give us your name and email. That way, If they cancel us from the platform you're watching this on now, we can still send you the other side of the story. We can still send you our reports. YeminiReport.com. Sign up now.